check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Thank you, guys. I did check in with the Auburn head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Right back to the well. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
This is the matchup everyone was excited to see in this football game, and it doesn't take long to get to it. One of the best receivers in the game, one of the best corners in the game, one-on-one, quarterback taking a shot, and early on, it's the corner who wins, knocking it away for the incompletion. That won't be the last time these two guys go toe-to-toe, but this is where your eyes need to be all game long.
They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. After that punt return, there is a man slow to get up. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. Brown will throw it. He's got him. There he goes. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver, and man, their fans have been hungry to see that.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, goes and gets a first down.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He goes right back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Kane. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches can see the routes and see them develop in the middle, and you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Running inside, it's Durham. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine, he might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
That's caught. It's Green. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Gain of 21 on the play. And that's good enough for a first down.
Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Cobb. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
Well, it's a great job by the quarterback there, understanding you're being blitzed. You know you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, so find the back. Get it into his hands quickly. Let him go pick up the first.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Cobb. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Brown wants to pass. Gets it out fast. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And that's why, through the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He's looking to pass. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Auburn!
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about his running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Durham. At the 35, he's got room. There he goes. The 30. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, LSU.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
He'll bring it out. It's Richardson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injury. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Now adjusting. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Got it in the middle, it's Cobb. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little. Brown wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. How frustrating for an offense to not only see the extra defensive back with the dime package, but still have their quarterback get hit.
Yeah, when you go dime, this is a passing situation. And if you're a defensive lineman, I'm pinning my ears back. I'm not playing the slightest bit of run. I don't care if they run the football. I'm getting to the quarterback. Nice job understanding that, rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Here's a give to Durham. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Levin. Fires to the wideout. Caught on the left side by Wilson. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Handoff, Caden Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And finally, their big play receiver gets in the stat column with his first catch of the game, and we're here late in the 2nd quarter. You got to give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've done a nice job taking him away and limiting his damage. Let's see if they can keep it up, though, because when this guy gets hot...
Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Kane. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Making side adjustments here. Brown will throw it. Looking left. Finds his man. It's Turner. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
That was a really nice throw down the field. This is a quarterback who prides himself on his downfield accuracy, and that's a play they desperately needed here. Not a lot of time left at the end of the first half, but that big completion...
makes the grab and room to run. And they'll finally shove him out of bounds after a strong run.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his tool.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. The first 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happen.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Finds him out of the backfield. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there. So 4th and a mile from here, but the offense will go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Looking for a man. It's Levin. Pressure coming. Quarterback's got the first. It's the slide, got the first down with his feet. Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. He wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the catch. It's Green. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We start with a look in on BYU taking on the UCF Knights. And it's BYU looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was. Turning it on! They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
You know, with defense, it's this pick-or-poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Unloads to the wideout. A spectacular one-hand grab.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Might be calling a hot route. Brown wants to pass. Quickly complete. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Running inside. It's Cobb. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about it.
Got his man. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. The Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw on 1st down. Plucks it out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Cobb. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback, playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball, and this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rigged running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. From the red zone, it's Cobb. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Auburn. try to tack on one more. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. So it's an 80-yard drive, and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Oh, he's got some space. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Complete out left to Wilson. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
He's going out of bounds after 40. That's a first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Berry.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
To the air on first down. Got a man, it's Kane. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
It's caught. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Line gets set, first down. A run for the quarterback. There's some room. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks at the first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. That was a good read there. Not the biggest gain in the world, David, but take up the space they're going to give you in the zone.
Yeah, make it easy, man. Make the right decision. If he's open, get it to him, get some positive yards. Basically a run play.
Brown will throw it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this third and long from the 20. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They were unfazed by that earlier 4th down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Oh, they're after him. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. In the red area, it's Cobb. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Yeah, and a really nice job by the QB seeing linebackers are a little bit soft playing pass. Give the rock, hand it off, let the running back do the rest.
Now with a 1st and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. Snap in the shotgun. Takes the easy completion. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Touchdown, Tigers! They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the point after is good. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Back to throw, it's Levin. Makes the catch. And he's got enough for a 1st down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
The give to Caden Durham. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Line getting set on 2nd down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a...
Here's a little room there. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
This offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
The offense changing the play. Brown wants to pass. Working that left side. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
This guy's looking real sharp this week. Listen, QBs hate throwing picks. He only threw one last week, but that really ate him up all week long in practice. He wanted to come out here, put his best foot forward. He's done just that.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. So tough to avoid these mid-season lulls. You come in ranked in the top 10, and you find yourself in a lot of trouble. Quick release on the RPO. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Under fire, and down he goes.
Situational awareness is so important for quarterbacks, and you've got to know where you are on the field. On 3rd down, you can't take a sack because you're already in field goal range with an opportunity to at least come away with 3 points. But after racing around and... holding on to the football. You've now been sacked. You're now out of field goal range, back behind the 40-yard line. Bad decision by that QB.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That's caught. It's buried. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And that's a great play call by the offensive coordinator because that play is essentially the extension of a sweep play. You're getting your running back an extra touch to the perimeter of the field, so now he can go to work in open space.
The run inside. It's Durham.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run their football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Levin. Here's a heat. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there and he lets it go. We've reached the 2-minute timeout and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
Trying to run, it's Durham. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
This is an area of the field now you just cannot afford negative plays. Whether you're going to throw it or you're going to run it, you're in position right now to score points and win this game. You've got 1 timeout in your back pocket still. No matter what, you cannot go backwards.
On the move. Touchdown, Tigers! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and give me one more stop.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Brown will throw it. Rushes on him. Got his man downfield. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Quarterback saw a quick opening right over the middle of the field, so he spits it out to his slot receiver on the slant pass. Nice job.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Under fire. And it's a sack. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Second down, he'll throw it. Pocket breaking down. Going to try to get it himself. He steps out of bounds, stops the clock after a short pickup of 7, and it's getting dire in terms of the clock.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him to get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Hauls it in down the sideline. It's a running room. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds. And now the offense trying to score one late.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Quarterback may change this route. Brown wants to pass. Touchdown, Tigers. And they've moved out front here on the 4. The Tigers are back on top.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. He wants a big play here late. He's got it way down the field. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, LSU.
This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Looking to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. As pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoil.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.